Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about 10 easy things you could do right now to feel productive. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. All right, if you're like the rest of us, we're kind of feeling a bit isolated, not feeling as productive as we'd like to be. In my mind, I'll be, running 10 miles a day and then writing 1,500 word blogs and filming like 3 videos. And I don't know, I can barely get out of bed so I decided, hey, listen, what kind of things can I do to still kind of feel productive? And here's my list of 10 things you could do that take very little effort. So here we go. I started noticing recently that I would get charges that I wasn't expecting because I had these subscriptions, and a lot of them sometimes were annual subscriptions or bi-monthly, and I was having trouble keeping track. And instead of digging through all my bank statements and credit card statements, I just decided to go on my credit card app and just lock my card. So what that means is it's not considered lost, it just can't work right now. So I said, I'll just lock it and then they'll come to me. So it's worked so far. So in the past month, avoided getting this $35 subscription to Yahoo for a domain. And I was able to move that domain to Google domains for much, much less. So consider that. Another tip would be start sharing your streaming services with each other. A buddy of mine share our Netflix password, and then my parents and I share our Amazon Prime, and then I have another friend with Disney Plus. So kind of get together and kind of figure out who has what. It definitely works better if you're in different time zones, of course, because I know that some of them only allow like 2 people to stream at the same time. If you guys want to rent a movie, then you can just go in and just Venmo each other and then rent a movie, and you all have access to that movie for 24 hours. Maybe it's time to work on that monthly budget. I know budgeting is not the sexiest thing. Listen, for me to even do this trip, this 2-year continuous travel, I had to save almost 50% of my income every month for over a year and a half. And so I know budgeting isn't the most fun. Some apps that make it easy are mint.com. I personally now use Trail Wallet. I try to do a daily goal of about $10 to $15 on food. So that puts me roughly $400 to $500 a month. Now, do whatever is the easiest. Either some people track it by just pulling out a certain amount of cash. Some people just look at their expenses weekly, and some do it every other week. But whatever it is, I can promise you it'll affect the behavior in your relationship with money. I think this is a really good time to document what's going on in your life because we're living in kind of a historical event. I don't know if we'll see another pandemic, or I hope we don't for the rest of our lives, but this will definitely be something people will look back on. And when I say document, it doesn't mean that you have to actually share it right now. You could do a video recording like how you feel right now. You could write it in a journal. You could do an audio recording and just save it. And maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now, you can pull that out and reflect back on this moment in time. This is a great time for you to reconnect with people that you haven't spoken to in a while. I was able to speak to some people that I haven't spoken to in a couple of years recently, and we're all feeling a little bit isolated, so this is a really good time to reach out. I think they would definitely appreciate it. Recently, my co-working space Dojo in Bali hosted a virtual pub quiz, which is basically answering trivia questions. And it was a really great way to connect with people you hadn't seen in a while, and I had a blast with it. I definitely recommend it, and if you choose to do one, please invite me. Right now I think people are doing it on the Zoom app. Another fun thing you could be doing is either learning a language or teaching a language. It's italki.com, and you can either do a language exchange where you help somebody with your language and you in turn they'll help you with a different language. Like if I wanted to learn Spanish, I do 30 minutes in English and we do 30 minutes of Spanish. Or you can just pay and somebody can either teach you or tutor you in a language that you're interested in, or you could charge and you could make your own price. I actually had a student last year that I was helping with English from Brazil, and he happened to be in Las Vegas when I was visiting, so we had the opportunity to grab a beer, and it was definitely a fun experience. I definitely recommend it. You can start creating a morning and evening routine. You could write a few things and put that next to the mirror, so when you get up you can read it. It gives you a little bit of a head start, so you don't have to really think about what am I doing today. You can just go look at that routine, do that, and then move on with the rest of your day and feel like you got some things done, even if the rest of your day looks like Netflix. As we all know, there's a lot of uncertainty coming up in the world right now, so it's probably a good time for you to update your resume, update your LinkedIn page. We never know what's going to happen, but at least if you have to look for a new job, that one step has been done and you can go and look and apply right away. One of the favorite things I've been doing lately, and don't judge me, it's a bit nerdy, is that I've been getting a ton of emails from companies I signed up for years ago that I don't ever use their services. So I've taken the liberty to start unsubscribing them. So I suggest unsubscribe to 1 or 2 business emails from companies you don't use anymore, and by the end of the month you will probably have a much cleaner inbox. I would like to challenge you too to do a daily to-do list. I know some people like to write it down. I use the Notes app in my iPhone. It's just much simpler and I always have the phone with me, but whatever works for you, do it. And I'm just saying write 3 things each day. 3 things you want to do, like one of them could be subscribing to this channel. Another one could be putting comments at the bottom. Another thing could be sharing this video to friends that might like it. It doesn't have to be about me, of course, but I do recommend writing down maybe 10,000 steps a day, or you want to do some meditation, or you want to do some yoga. Whatever it is, just do 3 things, cross them out once you're done, and you'll feel a little bit more productive, and maybe it'll motivate you to do bigger and larger tasks. So those are all my tips for today. If you have any other tips, please put them in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of this month. I know it's a pretty aggressive goal. Please share this video to anybody you think it might be valuable to. And remember to invite me to your next virtual pub quiz. I'd love to join you. All right, take care guys, and I'll see you next time.